Last week, we sat down with one of the panelists, EV1's CEO Robert Marsh, and he gave us an update of where EV1 is at these days. Today, we have another panelist in studio with us, Warren Adelman, the COO of GoDaddy. Hi, Warren. It's good to have you here.
My pleasure to be here.
Excellent. How about you start off by giving us some background on GoDaddy?
Sure. The company was actually founded in 1997 as Jomax Technologies, a software company in Scottsdale, Arizona. And during that period of time, we were really trying to find our way in terms of creating a new business on the internet. First product was a product called Website Complete, easy site building tool. But we eventually decided, looking at the industry, that domain names were overpriced and underserviced, and made a decision to become a registrar, and in 2000 started selling our first domain name. So we are a domain name company that provides hosting services, email services, e-commerce services, security services.
Just over the summer, we heard about the launch of your production company. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, we have a sort of an ethos at the company of self-sufficiency. We kind of like to do it ourselves. We decided, would have been, a little over a year ago, that we were going to, branch out into offline advertising and promotion, whether it was television or radio or print. When we started doing it, we went external to, begin to produce ads and things of that nature. And, we produced obviously a Super Bowl ad, which, many people are familiar with for last Super Bowl, and then a series of subsequent ads that came out on the heels of the Super Bowl that were very product oriented. After that experience, we realized, who could do this better than us? Who knows the GoDaddy message, the GoDaddy customer, the GoDaddy product line better than we? So we set up our own production company, and we have now since produced, I think, somewhere in the vicinity of 10 additional television commercials through this production company that are airing on various stations across the United States. And I think today about 8 of those feature testimonials from our customers. So we're able to integrate the advertising with customers featured in the advertising. So it really comes back to this belief that we know our customers better, we know our messaging better, let's do it ourselves.
Now, as most of us know, your commercials have definitely been known to raise some eyebrows, especially the ones aired during the Super Bowl. So what was GoDaddy's aim with these risque commercials?
Well, if we're looking at the Super Bowl commercial, we realized when we went into sort of the creative development on that commercial that in order to have an impact at the Super Bowl, that we had to do something different. It couldn't be a run-of-the-mill commercial because, there is sort of this real attempt during the Super Bowl, as you know, to produce incredible commercials. So we wanted something that would really be able to, differentiate it from the other commercials that people would see, particularly since, we really only had 30 seconds to do it in. And it was our coming out party in many ways from a national perspective in terms of a brand campaign. So we tried to look for something that would be both entertaining, amusing, but would have resonance with people. And I think we were lucky in being able to find that formula, and I think it worked very well. Obviously, it became a very controversial commercial as a result of the decision by the network to pull its second airing. And that led to a lot of, press and interest in what happened. But I think it was, a very good launching point for us. Our subsequent commercials have been far more product-oriented, and we wanted to go into a follow-up campaign with, okay, we've been able to put the GoDaddy name into the minds of people. Now let's build on that by telling them about, what do we do, and what can you derive from us in terms of a benefit for your business.
You take advantage of such unique ways to market your brand. What other marketing tactics have you utilized?
Our most effective advertising or promotions has been, since day one, our customers. And even today, I would say that 90% of our business is driven by word of mouth. Our customers are our best advertisers. That being said, we do want to augment that. And so in addition to television, We are also doing select print in markets that we think meet our customer demographic, and we also have done radio primarily through our own radio show, Radio GoDaddy, which is on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. It's carried on Sirius and XM, and it's also podcast and streamed live every Wednesday night. It's hosted by the company's founder, Bob Parsons, and we focus during Radio GoDaddy on issues of business drivers for success on the internet, things like how to pick a domain name for your business, how to create an effective website. We'll also have guests on to talk about various subjects, whether it's internet security or other subjects that touch us all on the internet. And then sometimes we'll look at interesting domain names that have been purchased or are out there. So it's really something about building a business on the internet, and that's worked very, very well for us as well.
Now, at the ISPCon keynote session, GoDaddy was represented as the company who grew through aggressive growth. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, we have grown organically to date. We have just about 4 million customers today, and we're registering a domain name, as I think I said, about one every 4 seconds. We've been very fortunate that the mix of service, product, and pricing has really driven this sort of strong bond between ourselves and our customers. And our growth has been driven by the customer base telling other customers, saying, here's what I bought at GoDaddy, here's the service I received, here's the price that I paid, you should do this too. And in order to make sure that we continue to grow in that way, we really do focus on our customer service centers. They're here in the United States. We do not outsource that. We don't believe in it. We believe that only our own people can give our customers the service that they deserve. We also spend a lot of time making sure that our customer support representatives both have an enjoyable and fun work environment, that they are both rewarded professionally and financially. And if they're happy, our customers are happy. So we do a lot with them. In fact, recently we had a contest where a few representatives won Harley Davidsons. Other representatives won a year paid on their mortgage or rent, and a variety of other contests to make sure that we're providing them with a rewarding work experience.
Well, at the keynote, you also mentioned that GoDaddy doesn't see acquisition as a favorable growth strategy. This is interesting considering all the acquisitions happening in the industry these days. Do you think this is a tactic you would consider in the future?
To date, we've done 2 acquisitions. They've both been small technology acquisitions where we identified a piece of technology that we felt was important to grow a particular business line, and those have both been successful. We have looked at, from time to time, at a variety of other businesses and the value of potentially acquiring them. To date, we haven't found the right metrics to make that a reality. We don't rule out the possibility, but we go into the look at an acquisition with eyes wide open about identifying all of the risks and rewards associated with a potential acquisition. So, while to date we've focused on organic growth, we do and will continue to look at opportunities to grow through the appropriate types of acquisition.
Well, Warren, thanks for coming into the studio today. It was great getting to chat with you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be with you.